One of my first customers came in, had breast cancer. And she would stand up really close and face the machine, and that heat levels would get in there right into the breast. And she said the doctors told her it was about 1.25 inches long and right in her breast. And she could feel it and say, okay, there's the tumor, there's the thing, I can feel it right here. So she's standing in the machine, facing the machine, and she would be able to look and see, like, wow, it's all bright red. And so as she's sitting in there, or standing in there, and the next day she came in again, the next day she came in again, and after the second day or third day, she starts looking, goes, the red is going away. She said, I feel the tumor, but the bright red, this 1.5 inches now is only like 1 inch, and then it went down to 3/4 inch, then it went down to 1/2 inch, then she says now it doesn't turn red anymore. And so I didn't understand, again, all the perplexities of this, but later I find out that what it did is the tumor itself was dying, and so the mass was still there, but then later the mass started shrinking. And so we had her doctor reports, and they showed that she went and did a scan, and it showed it shrink at 55% or 53%. And I have some of my customers actually going to naturopaths, and the naturopaths would tell her, one of these ladies, she had cancer in her cervical cancer, and then she was done. They did chemo. What was left of her came to my office, and she was very weak and very tired and just very hardly could stand. But she started doing this and immediately started getting stronger and getting stronger. So it started repairing her body after that. Well, as soon as she was getting stronger, about 8 months later, the Mayo Clinic had called her and told her, they said, we think you need to come in and do a colonoscopy, because we suspect by now there should be polyps forming, and we need to take care of them, get them out quick, and we can attack this thing quick. And so she did a scan, and it was clean, no polyps, nothing. And so they were like, wow, this is surprising to them, because they expected it to be there, and it wasn't. Well, what is she doing different than normal people? Is she's using this machine instead of doing something that the traditional people use, and that was going out and just eating and doing the regular life. She was doing something to take care of her body, and in a way that it was taking care of polyps and things like that. It removes and helps take those things away. So I've had other people that actually came and used this one. He used it for a month. He then ordered his own for his own house, and he was using it because he had multiple myeloma cancer. Well, he started coming in, he had pain, he hurting and stuff like that. He had a brace around his chest. He was always in pain. He showed me his levels of his blood. The white cell count was way off the charts and everything else, and really bad. And he did 3 sessions of this, and all of a sudden it dropped it down to the normal range in his blood cells. So he said, well, that must be a fluke, it must be something. And so then he waited another 2 weeks, did another blood test. It was still down in the normal range, and he goes, okay, I got to buy one of these. And so he ordered one. But while he was doing sessions here, he all of a sudden would come in, and he started taking his brace off and saying, okay, I'm feeling better without it. And then he brought it in and didn't even have it on one time, and he has it in his hand saying, well, if I need it, I can put it on. But he ended up not needing it. That's the last I ever saw of the brace, because his pain levels all went away. Then one day he showed up about 10 minutes late, and he said, he was always on time, and then he showed up 10 minutes late, and I said, hey, you're a little bit late. And he says, oh, I was out in my garden today. I haven't been able to work in my garden in a year. I'm working my garden now, and I just lost time, and sorry, but he had a life again.